Hello, everyone, students, mentors, and everyone listening. I'm Sujata, and I'm here today not just as someone who leads this organization, but as a person who believes there's something profound in the stories we don't always tell. Welcome to Meet the Mentor, a series that's been on my mind for a while now. A chance to sit down with the people who guide you, our students, and explore who they really are. This isn't about resumes or titles. It's about the human behind the mentor, their struggles, their dreams, the quiet moments that shape them into the people they are today. We're going to talk to them one by one and peel back the layers. What drove them to this point? What keeps them up at night? What's the story they have never shared? The one that might just change how you see them or even how you see yourself. I've always thought there's something powerful in getting to know someone beyond the surface. And our mentors aren't just here to teach, they are here to inspire, to show you what's possible. And they've got lives full of texture. The time they failed and got back, the odd passion they chase when no one's watching, the unspoken tale of why they care so much about what they do, about you. Maybe the mentor who once doubted they'd even make it, or the one who found strength in something you'd never guess. These conversations are about bringing that out, raw, real, unfiltered. For you, our students, this is a window into their world. You will hear them think aloud, laugh, maybe pause as they dig into something personal. And my hope is that you will find something in their journeys, a spark, a lesson, a connection that sticks with you. Because education isn't about facts, it's about people, about understanding what it means to wrestle with life and still show up for others. To our mentors, thank you for letting us in. To our students and all those who are watching, get ready to listen, to feel, to discover. This Meet the Mentor is a space for stories that don't usually get told. And right now, we are diving in because real magic starts when you hit play. Watch us. Hello. So welcome to the podcast. Today we have the legend himself, Jijo Srinivasan, engineer from IIT Madras, and I'm Calcutta 99 batch alum. So Jijo is a man of style, passion and unparalleled expertise. So with over 500,000 of you students who he's guided directly and indirectly, I don't know how many, I think the number system will collapse. He shaped countless success stories in the area of coaching students, mentoring students for MBA, law, and all these competitive exams. Of course, he's known as the VARC King. Those of you who've gone through this system, you will know that. Well, a little more before I hand over this to Jijo. He calls Trivandrum his home now. He shares his life's adventure with his wonderful wife, Sona. So get ready for an insightful and inspiring conversation. Welcome, Jijo.
Thank you, Sujata.
Okay, I'm loving this. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Let me ask you, I have introduced you, but can you share a little bit about yourself and about how your journey began in this space?
Journey in this space is pure accident.
Okay.
I was not supposed to do this. I never imagined I will do this. So it was, I think, back in 2000, it was in 2001. So I was between job and that took a while. So I had to earn some money. I got this opportunity to work in the coaching space. So they didn't know what role to give me because I was the first IITM
getting into this space.
Getting into that space.
Wow.
So there was this role which is like, I think, I remember it was like I did marketing executive or assistant manager marketing, some role like that. What happened was I entered this class to take a session. The customers were calling me sir.
Wow. Okay. So you
That's
were
the first.
surprised then.
This is a place where customers call me sir. So
Okay.
every single day that I spent in those time that I had, I don't want the other job. But back then, this was what, 2001. It was very difficult explaining to people what am I doing.
Right.
So I had to tell my parents, what coach? Today we have terms like edtech and education space.
right.
And you've got the fancy word. Back then it's coaching. And what is an IIT IIM guy
Doing in this space.
doing in this space? I'm supposed to do a lot many things. So, but I'm absolutely thrilled and happy that I
Chose this.
chose this. Actually, I didn't choose it. I think it chose me. This space chose me, and I'm so happy today that I kind of stuck with that decision, and this is where I am.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, Jiju, you are a mentor, and I would say this very unabashedly that you're a very sought after mentor. People love you. But it would be lovely to hear from you. What does mentorship mean to you personally? And could you share some memorable experience where you helped students achieve something significant? I'm sure you have a lot in your basket, but something which stands out.
Okay. So you're asking about what does mentorship mean to me? It evolved. So in the beginning, to be very honest, it was all about me. Right? So while I'm mentoring, I'm thinking, this is my time to shine.
Wow.
Okay. So I was very young back then as well. So I was kind of more interested in the kids eventually saying thank you.
Right.
Than me interested in exactly what happens to that child.
So it was about you.
It was about me. It was about me. But over the years, what I found was that would not sustain. Right. And I've had instances where people have come back and told me, okay, sir, while having this conversation is great, but once I go back home, nothing works. Okay. So you're one of those person who will give that inspiration at that moment, and then but when I go back home,
It's gone.
it's gone, it's done. So that changed a lot. Today, for me, mentorship to me is what I've tried to do is to be about them.
Right.
So my mentorship has always been, okay, there is a problem. How can the person solve the problem when they're alone?
Right.
So that changed probably after my 40s and stuff. So the Jijo that I see now, and
It's a very different Jijo.
It's a very different Jijo, at least from mentorship perspective, than what I was back then. So in nutshell, at least today, if I see it, mentorship to me is me guiding someone help solve problem on their own.
Whatever is their problem.
Whatever is their problem, okay, to help them solve on their own. So and that is now what is mentorship to me.
So you're teaching the students how to fish in a way rather than feeding them also.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of personalizations.
Yeah. So initially what used to happen, if you people are come expecting me to prescribe something, right?
Yeah.
They say that, okay, write something down, I can solve the problem. And that is expectation. So when it was about me, I have to serve that expectation.
Right.
I have to meet that expectation.
Right.
I'm prescribing things.
Right.
But now what I've realized, over the years I've realized that is never going to solve the problem.
Correct.
Okay. So you're right. So it me in terms of not prescribing, at least some sort of solution, identify the problem and give some guidance in terms of what they can do. And ask them to follow this path and keep referring back to me, and so we sort of will sort it out.
Co-work or co-evolve the solution.
So that's sort of is what mentorship
is.
to me.
But you mentored thousands of students, and 500,000 is a huge number, Jiju.
Yeah.
So is there any particular student story or stories, a couple of stories that stand out fresh in your mind?
So there are many stories. So a lot of the times in this that I hear about this
From elsewhere.
From them later on.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So there is a student when I was back in Bombay. He eventually made it to one of the top IIMs.
Mm-hmm.
So I met him one day. I think I met him in I think it was holiday in the rest. Happened to meet him. Then he was telling me, sir, the first year in the VRC course, my percentile was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I am from the Marathi medium background. I was like, this uncomfortable. I've never,
I don't know.
I don't know. This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But after you, I got a 97 percentile.
Wow. That's a miracle.
And then he said, so it was, so a lot of things are memorable in the sense that I actually don't realize.
When you're doing it or when it's happening.
When the things are happening, people do come and tell me. But I sort of realized it much later and this won't happen. So many people come back and share whenever I meet them. So there is no one. So in the sense there is no one such memory that can pinpoint. I think a lot of this. There are also sort of the one that. So let me tell you this one. Okay, this was in my late 20s.
Okay.
Mentor as a teacher. Okay. So there is this girl. I'll not name the college.
Person.
Okay. She was getting admission into this college.
Okay.
And everybody has advised her not join.
Okay.
Don't join this college. Then person comes to me.
Right.
And she's crying.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the college. I'm going, this is fine. I mean, this.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But what's the problem with this particular college? It's fine. And I told her, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Then she left. And it was after a year. I meet this other guy who was a student. In the middle of a random conversation saying that, sir, you're such a great mentor. But how did you advise
her
that
to
girl
join
that college? Because she's sitting there and crying after the decision.
Oh.
That has never left me.
Okay.
I obviously have not met her after that.
So maybe after today, you can connect with her and say that is still haunting me.
If you are there, then you can let me know that's me. Then I'll sincerely. So there are a lot of these things that crazy things like so this is slightly off the topic.
That's okay.
So I start YouTube. I had this YouTube channel. Those days YouTube has got thumbs up and thumbs down.
You got a thumbs down?
Yeah. The initial time when I start seeing thumbs up, I'm seeing so many thumbs up.
Right.
And there is 2-3 thumbs down. I'm worried about who is this?
Yeah.
Why? What did I do wrong? So these are all sort of those phases. So in my in my journey, while there are many stories in terms of me doing good, there are this
which keep coming back to you.
They're coming back, haunting me. And reminding me every single time. I mean, not again.
No,
okay.
Better be. Maybe that makes you a better mentor because I have seldom found people talk about student memories which haunt them. And maybe that deepens this desire to mentor more perfectly, for lack of better word, or be very mindful when you're talking. And that shows in the way you do research, Jiju. The way in which I have at least seen the VARC program so beautifully metamorphosize. And I know you're hitting 5,000 you've hit.
Yes.
Waiting for it to cross 10,000 and lakh and then 1 million, inshallah.
So I'm dreading the day it's going to 5,000. See, when I started this course, right? 2018, it's a different story. How it started, maybe we can discuss later. So I had 200 students.
Right.
It's very easy to sort of talk to them. They answer me, I can answer. 2,000. So last year when it became 5,000.
You panicked.
So there are people are bombarding a lot many questions. I couldn't answer. I don't know when it's going to reach 10,000, how I'm going to manage. But thanks to you and your team, so we have sort of created sort of a module in which lot many stuff can be handled, and hopefully I'll be able to do the same justice that I've been doing all these years. But
have you watched Robo 2.0? That Rajni movie?
No, I'm not.
Please watch it.
Okay.
So you have to create mini Jijos, including those, what cars were there? The the Chotu cars. So we can have mini Jijos going and addressing the questions. So I think even if you cross 1 million, it's okay. We just have to replicate
We have
Jijos.
to figure out a way to.
Yeah.
When the time comes, we'll figure out the solution.
No, already. I think the time is coming. So go watch the movie.
Okay.
And you can have those minions who are going and then answering. So I look forward to that day.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you help students crack exam. But one life lesson you would like to pass on to them?
I think motivation, passion, the terms like this, economy, like waste. I feel that you have to be duty bound. So, I mean, a significant majority of life is boring.
Right, I agree.
Okay. And life is about doing boring things really well.
Doing boring things in an exciting way.
Just keep on doing the boring stuff eventually. So, for example, if you're traveling somewhere, there are a lot of things that planning, this packing, there are a lot many boring stuff, and then there is exam that happens. What I've seen a lot in students is that they say, I want to do something I'm passionate about. They're always in search of something, not knowing that eventually what matters your skills, and skills come with repetition, doing the same.
Absolutely.
So the same thing again and again and again and again and again. So the idea that so it's better to be duty bound. It's my duty to do certain things, and it's my duty. If I'm in a college, I'm duty bound to do it in the college. If I'm working, I'm duty bound to do it. I am not and not worry about, oh God, it's like what am I doing? Where am I life heading? No. If you're in that place, you're duty bound.
It's karma, kartavya.
Kartavya, karma. That would be my advice. Forget about passion, motivation. Just stick around, and eventually, anything that you do eventually can make money. No, so it's about you becoming really well.
Where you are, you deliver to that.
Deliver and keep moving forward.
Keep moving. I think you live this also, because when I asked you about student success, Jiju, like I said, I haven't come across very many people who say that still haunts me. And it's not about doing it right most of the times. I think you're one from that instance itself who says, I did it wrong once, that itself is wrong. So when you're duty bound, I think then you want to do it right every time. So instead of asking, what is your percentage success? If your error rate is 0.003 or whatever, 3 in a million also, it's an error rate.
Correct.
So I think it ties in beautifully. And I know some bit of this, but I think it's nice for the students also to know and the world to know. How has your teaching philosophy evolved over the years? You touched upon this in the beginning, saying it became from you to the person you were mentoring. So how has it evolved in terms of the key values you impart to the student?
So it might be very similar to the earlier explanation.
What you said, yeah.
So when I was, people who know me back when I'm in my 20s or 30s, even if, let's say, somebody attend my session today, not necessarily online, maybe offline session, they'll see that there's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Okay. Element to it. But in the initial period of time, the fun was more than maybe the amount of content that I'm doing. So like I told you, that aspect changed. But if I look at what, so one other thing that completely changed the way in which I started teaching also happened because of online.
Right.
Considerable change.
Okay.
So imagine you imagine in an offline class, you're standing. There are students sitting in front of you. Yeah. They cannot leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain.
They are forced to sit there. Now, if you want to ask any question, they know that others are listening.
Are seeing, watching.
Okay. They can see my face.
Right.
I can push some down. I can do a lot of interaction. I get sort of a lot of space to detour a bit and talk about something else. So that's that classroom. Online is different.
Correct.
So when I started doing online, the class starts, I'm getting all these
messages
from the students. So people are not afraid to ask me.
Right. Because you're not seeing them.
They were saying that
Anonymous in a way.
They are not afraid to ask me. And they ask a lot of questions. Even today, if I take the same audience in offline session and same audience in online session, the interaction is different. So I'm always bombarded with the question. Number two, if I'm taking sort of a lesson, there is no time for me online to detour.
Correct.
But I still do a little bit of, but it's like I have to be there. So what then happened is to actually think a lot in terms of what is that I want to achieve in this class.
Right.
Okay. Many times what happens is when in online space, somebody will come in the middle and say, sir, where have you reached? What's happening in the class today?
Right.
So my class, the teaching philosophy went from, okay, I need to define an outcome.
So it's more outcome orientation for yourself and for the students.
I did this a lot, but I think that this is my intensity. So I read a lot in terms of teaching outcome, lesson planning. So I got, okay, this is an objective. Right. So I have to then list down, these are the 3 things that I'm going to cover. My PPT is very standard. I tell them in the beginning, this is what is going to happen. These are the 4 agenda. We'll start with this, we'll go here, we'll go here.
So more structure.
A tremendous amount of structure came into sort of a I have gone to the class. I'm thinking, chalo, I have taken this before.
Kar lunga.
Sheet de do, kar lunga. So you enter the class and start doing all that.
Went off.
All that completely changed. So to me, then I realized that you may have taken this class 100 times.
Right.
But for that student,
it's the first time.
It's the first time.
Absolutely.
So, and then every single time you have taken a lesson, you have learned something. There are mistakes that you have made. There are questions that has happened. Why?
You have to repair, fix.
So every single lesson that you're going to take, irrespective of the fact that you have taken it, let's say 100 million times, what you have to do is that you have to prepare like it's the first time.
And also like it's the last time. Because say you won't get another chance.
So the fundamental philosophy was the same. So the student after going home has to change. They have to improve. I have to make it easy for them. Okay, I have to give a process for them to solve one.
So the learning journey, you should be able to leave it with them for good navigation.
I think much more in terms of structure. That sort of happened in my teaching style. That's what happened.
So this, when you were telling, as if it's the first time for the student, so for you also, you should behave the first time. Correct. This is the trekker's mindset. Okay. So most lives, you've heard when people summit Everest,
okay.
A lot of people die. Who do you think, there's a high death rate there. Who do you think dies? An expert trekker or a novice on Mount Everest?
Now that you ask me, I think is expert, is it?
Yes. Because they take it lightly. So there's a certain time which you have to turn back. Because it's a mountain, avalanches happen. There's certain predictability about the avalanches.
Okay.
So someone who's done it for the 16th time perhaps has passed on in that 16th trek. The first timers always are very cautious.
Okay.
Of course, there are a few of them who call in Tamil, you understand? There's something called Ashattu Dhairyam. Okay. Which means it is a courage, which is a silly courage. It's not calculated courage. Right. So in the mountains, you can't take a chance. And most people who die are the people who are practiced and seasoned. So they take it a little casually.
Right.
So seldom do people who are first timers, this happens to them. So I think it's a very valuable input, not for the students or also for the students. They should feel delighted. Jijo sir prepares every time. But it's more for the teaching or the mentoring community. And did you know Amitabh Bachchan does this in his Kaun Banega Karodpati?
Okay.
He stands in front of the mirror and practices each time, even in his 500th session. So people think he's a natural. So that's called practiced natural acting. All of us. Okay, I do that also. And today I have these notes.
I know.
Guys, so that I don't miss Jijo in action. But I will say this unabashedly. One is forgetting. 2 is there's a structure to it. So happy listening to more exciting questions.
Yes.
Okay. So Jijo, now I want to take a little detour and come to Career Launcher.
All right.
So what do you believe sets Career Launcher apart from other educational institutes / edtech / whatever in terms of mentorship and support to students, since we are on the topic of mentorship?
it'll be sort of unfair for me to sort of comment without a lot of institutions. I really don't know exactly what kind of mentorship happens. But this is what I can say about career launch and mentorship and support. The right from the top, you to GP to Satya, the people who started this company, all I am Bangalore people, started this company. They were all teachers at heart.
Right.
This was not started by GP even. Okay, let me talk about GP.
GP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gautam Puri. You know, everybody knows.
They know him as GP.
You don't know GP. I think it's kids calling
GP sir.
GP sir. I'll tell about mentorship and support of GP. He is the managing director of this company. Right. We go and take a lot of sessions.
Yeah.
So we have this flight.
Yeah.
I thought downloaded 3-4 Netflix movies.
Yeah. Okay. GP is solving.
GP has come to the flight with a lot of printed sheets.
On a writing pad.
And a writing pad. This printed sheet is mock.
Yes.
Of DLR mock.
Yes.
GP is sitting in the flight solving this sheet.
Yeah.
Because he wants to now take a session tomorrow. And I am sitting and listening to
Netflix. You're getting inspired in a different manner.
So if, let's say, an MD of a company, I know he does this even in government places. MD of a company is obsessed with helping students. I'm just taking GP's name, Shiv Kuwar. I can take a numerous amount of names. It kind of comes down. So for example, the innovation with tech innovation.
Yes.
That the career launches started way before anyone else started. The amount of sort of systems that got created for sort of I know that career launcher has got sort of 200-300 centers that personal experience might sort of differ in many places, but for example the kind of support that I try to give in the RC 1000 course, it actually came from that place which says that if a student sort of has an issue, has a problem, it must be resolved.
Right.
If a student, the student has come to us to solve a particular problem, it must be done. So if you would have experienced, I'm sure that people who have experienced the mentorship that happened. In talking mentorship, my mentorship style is slightly different. I'm like Uber. Okay. So
I think that could be another thing in Career Launcher. You get a variety. So there is also personalization in mentors.
It's very different.
Yeah.
So for the PDP personalized course, GP run, Shiv run, everybody has a different style of mentorship. For example, way in which my mentorship works. You are asking.
So I have stolen a little bit of your style also, drawing, those infographic way. Yeah.
So my lot of mentorship. If you have a problem, you come to me.
Yeah.
You give money, to go from point A to point B. I am an Uber. I'll take you from destination. If you have a problem,
but you tell me where to go.
Come. I am not going to come to you and solve this. But there are others who do very different stuff. So to sum up, you have a whole lot of different flavors of mentorship or support that happen from very person-based level within the ecosystem. But fundamentally at the core, there are a lot of stuff that goes in terms of the supporting, answering for the required, the amount of Telegram group that actually is maintained, mentored, and monitored, the sessions that is being done, which is, for example, this race 99 percentile session created just for this. There is a toppers meeting that happens. So across the board, be it whatever the course, I think at the heart of it, there is that philosophy says that we have to be right by the student and we have to help them. So, which is what I think mentorship at CL.
When you were talking all of this, my mind wandered a little bit, putting Career Launcher, saying the kitchen is nice, it has all the gadgets, it's churning out stuff. The mentors like you, GP, Shivku, Satya, Sujata, whoever else, a set of us are going and delivering. I'm not calling us waiters, but in our own style. It is just adding that personalization to it. And at the same time, we are going and choosing the vegetables and fruits organically grown, whatever, hydroponically grown and so on.
What is fascinating about career launcher? Now this I know about some companies.
Right.
Which is saying this whole business of standardization versus personalization.
Right.
So I can create a standardized sort of mentorship program. It's like, this is what should happen, this is what should happen, this is what should happen, and you follow it. There is a teaching. So these are the set of things that you have to do. This what you have. Career launcher is not that. Right?
Correct.
What career launcher says that this is the objective that I want to meet.
Right.
These are the 3 things that should not happen.
Correct.
And these are the 3 things that should. Within that sort of parameters,
you run. You win the match the way you want for the student to get where she or he wants.
So I was listening to, I think before I came to this meet the mentor, I want to prepare. So I was listening. The other 2 that was one was Rahul Reddy, one was Priyanka.
Priyanka, yes.
You see there, both of them had a different flavor in terms of how, and you'll find a different flavor. I think that sort of not sort of rigidly pushing something down, but also allowing sort of people to be
just with some little bit of boundary. The arena is decided
for the founders of a career launcher to give that up and trust somebody.
To let go and to put the trust.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these education institutes. Once sort of the head moves, it falls.
Yeah.
Right. Career launcher will not fall.
Yeah.
And I remember what Satya said. Yeah. That and I would believe in this also, even after my death.
It's a legacy.
This will stand.
Yeah.
This will stand. Career launcher will stand not because of this sort of approach. It is sort of this. How do I put this? There are certain things that I must do. This is sort of the core philosophy ideology. You learn and go, and which also why you see a lot of good things
keep evolving and
keep
developing.
On changing. So
I think it's more in the body, mind, and soul. It's that fabric which is unseen. And when you were saying this, it's more not structured personalization, but standardized personalization, standardized to the mentee.
Correct.
It is more that way. And when you were referring to Priyanka and Rahul, I call it glocalization.
Correct.
There is a certain thing and then it's localized because there is a certain flavor to that native land. Beautiful, lovely, lovely. So I'll move from career launcher. We're not doing English. I think that's okay, Jijo.
My Hindi is bad. If I do English, a lot of people say that why don't you say, I know if I do English VRC 1000,
it will like...
unfortunate problem is my Hindi.
Use AI. You watch Robo and you do Hindi Jijo. We can do something like that. Yeah, good. I think a lot of new ideas hopefully have come up now.
Yeah.
Let's move from career launcher to career launchers students or generally students.
Okay.
What are the key qualities that you believe are essential for a student to succeed in competitive exam, and how do you motivate? You've covered a little bit of this, but a lot of them struggle, whether they accept it or not. So how do you motivate them to overcome that struggles or setbacks in their preparation journey?
Good question. Okay, so let me...
First time you said good question, Jijo.
It's been all good questions. This is... So see, when I say good question, normally it's because I'm buying time.
Oh, okay.
So next time somebody says a good question, it's like I want some time to think.
Okay.
So
we will do the time lapse. We'll pause time here.
This can be edited out. So.
Yes. Okay.
So let me. So what is the essential? You said skill that the student should have to succeed. Frankly speaking, I believe none. Okay, let me explain. So let's take, I think you can take any exam, CLAT or whatever, but let me take the example of CAT.
Right.
3 lakh people, I think, at least took the test. There is a section called QA, which has got, I believe, 22 questions.
Yeah.
Each question carry 3 marks, 66 marks. The 50th percentile rank, which means you will beat 1,50,000 students if you're. The 50th percentile rank in the quant section requires a score of 3 or maybe 4, which is one
question.
If I, in 40 minutes,
can solve one
question, I have beaten 1,50,000 students. And if you take a bit to a 75th percentile rank, which I believe that you would have beaten 225,000 students, you suddenly see that that's about 3 questions or 4 questions. So that is one, okay? So this idea that 3 lakh people are taking the test. I mean, why are you bothered about 225,000 students?
You just beat,
Okay. So the difference between the person who was, I'm sure that there will be a lot many people who would not have done well in the test because of something happened during the exam, some panic attack,
freeze.
brain
freeze,
all that I understand. Okay, but what I've seen is if somebody prepares, he's going to crack.
He's going to crack it.
He's going to crack. So whether it is CLAT, whether it is CAT, whether it is GMAT, some people may need a little bit of extra sort of preparation depending where they will crack. I have seen people moving, like I told you, 5 percentile score to 99 percentile score. This whole idea that what is the subject in all these aptitude tests? Things that you've learned in your 10th standard. Right?
Correct.
And you might not have liked the subject back then, but that does not mean that it's uncrackable. So no skill is required. What is required is you sit and study.
So discipline, commitment, focus.
You just have to be disciplined. Right? Irrespective of whatever happens, you just have to be disciplined. Second, I believe, is required is you have one coach. Today the problem is
they go to 3 places.
So he's not even going to 3 places, right? You have so many people giving advice everywhere.
Right.
Now individually each advice is good, but let me give an analogy. There is, let's say, IPL or let's say English Premier League. Every team has got a coach.
Yes.
Every coach has an objective which is win the game.
Yes.
But every coach style will be different, plan will be different.
Method is different.
So you can stick to sort of one coach, listen to that one coach, and then crack the test. That coach could be you.
Sure.
But here what happens is that if let's say something doesn't work out, they start listening here, they go here, they go there, they go 10 different places, and they sort of complete conflict. So just stick to one idea.
Stick to one coach.
Be disciplined. And let it be. I'm sure that you still have those elements in terms of what happened on the day of the test. But I believe that if whatever be your situation, if you prepare hard, because you know that majority are not doing good work. So you're basically winning this race not because you're good. You're basically winning this race because majorities are not putting in effort. So you just trust that majority are idiots. So that's basically what it is.
It's very much like crab mentality.
Yeah.
To go up, you can pull others down, but here others are pulled down. You just have to climb up. Great, Jijo. So now at this stage, thoda chota sa break, not from the camera.
Okay.
But we are going zoom into your personal life. That Jijo of whatever, 20, 15, you can decide whichever age.
Okay.
If you could go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self starting out in this field? I know you didn't start out by yourself, it just happened.
Okay.
But if at that moment you could freeze and take a call, now, since so much has happened, looking in the rear view mirror, what advice would it be? So you got into this field on that day?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So I think there is one thing that I started doing late, which actually helped me sort of grow a lot. And that is advice that I will give, which is, Jijo, don't say no, say yes. Okay. So
I know there are many yeses you've said after that day.
Yeah. So initially, for example, somebody would come and say, do this for me. I would say, no, this is not my job.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember when I was, this was probably in my sort of 5-6 years into the business, somebody would have said, I usually say yes, but there are not many cases I've said no. But the moment I've started saying yes, somebody is giving me, let's say if this is let's say you are a teacher, right? You are a teacher in our sector. The teachers keep saying no. Right. So you tell somebody, if you're a teacher listening, so this I'm talking to you, if I ask you to make content, no, that's not my job. Okay, this is not me. If you have to, okay, why don't you go take this session outside the college? No,
why should I?
This guy's job. If I have, so people said no. But what I realized was, okay, nobody knows this about this. No, I am not started my the journey as a teacher at all. Right, so I taught, but I taught math and DLR. A lot of people forget I'm from IIT. That I'm extremely good in Q and DLR. I only taught Q and DLR.
Right.
Okay. This was in 2014, 15. Okay, I started in 2001. This is after 14 years. GP started this blog, GP Ka Funda.
Yes.
And GP says, Jijo, I want you to write
VRC.
no, I want to write an article.
Huh.
Okay. Article on reading comprehension. I'm like, I have never touched reading comprehension.
Huh.
But I said yes.
Right.
Okay, first say yes, then think.
Huh.
Then now I have to figure out how to
How
write.
to do it.
Then I'm watching a lot of videos. That's the first article that I wrote.
Okay.
In terms of how to eliminate options or something that I sort of wrote. And the point was, if someone else asked me to do something, that person has faith in me.
Right.
I am not seeing my RC skills. I'm not exploring.
Someone else is seeing
Someone else has seen it that I'm not seeing.
Right.
If I said no to GP for writing articles
Rest
that day,
would have not been
I
history.
would not have 5,000 students today.
Right. Rest would not have been history.
So you have I'm looking, if you are a teacher, somebody is asking to do something, right?
Just grab it.
It's a free opportunity for you, not for today, because 10 years down the road, there will be something good that happens. When I say this, obviously there are many cases you have to say no, but I hope that you're getting my point. But the point is, if somebody has seen something in you, and you know that doing it is going to improve your skill,
Just lap it up.
just do it. Because the reward is not today, the reward will be
Will
tomorrow.
come.
It will come. So this will be my...
So your yes should have happened
I would have
much
said
earlier.
much earlier. If I had said a lot of yes much earlier in my life, I would have gained many skills.
Sure.
And I would have sort of better, but okay, so...
We will wait for that even better Jijo.
yeah.
And that actually brings me to a very interesting thing which everyone would want to know is, what are your hobbies and interests? I know you have lots outside of work, but just wait. How do they help you, or how do they contribute to your role as a mentor?
So I've got weird hobbies. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to call hobby. I keep telling people, get me out of social media, don't do Netflix. I do unbelievable.
But you're also a student, but you're an older student.
Yeah, so I do that. So off late, I picked up I don't know what to call it hobby. One is cycling. So I have a road bike, which I cycle about 20 kilometers every day, on a weekend about 40 kilometers. Then I go to gym for about 1.5 hours every single day. So health has been
Focus.
sort of the focus today. That takes almost the 3.5 hours, 4 hours of time every single day now. So that is my sort of significant amount of activity that I do. My hobby.
How does that help you get better as a mentor?
Oh, I can show off.
Flex?
No, I can flex. I can tell you, look, I'm 50. Okay. I've done this because of sheer discipline. You do it. And second of all, it keeps me energetic.
Right.
Okay. So the thing is that if I'm taking a session, I want to jump around.
Yeah, it actually enables you.
I want to jump around. I want to be... So I cannot, I have to work. I'm recording videos. I'm doing it full time. I want to have the energy. So this is...
This gives you that charge.
Always.
Always.
I'm sort of... Another thing that happens when I'm cycling, I'm alone. A lot of ideas keep coming in my head. When I'm gymming...
So you don't necessarily need to be on the pot for ideas.
I'm saying, okay, I got this idea. I'm thinking a lot many times that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. He does flex. That much I will tell you all. Yeah, he does flex. So Jijo, here on, I have short.
Okay.
No, I have questions. And you can do short answers if you like. I have a series of 10, 12 questions. Okay. They are situations.
Okay.
It's not a rapid fire.
Oh, got it.
Okay. So what's your darkest hour? Every mentor has a moment of self-doubt. When was yours and how did you bounce back?
Darkest.
That Batman darkest.
Darkest was 2013. I have actually cut that out of my memory.
Okay.
That period of time. It was... So we took Bombay. 4 of us. We had Bombay, Pune. 2 pairs left. We were down significantly sum. So whatever is the money that I've earned over the years, gone. On top of it, I could not. Okay, if my friends are listening, okay, it was during the time that I cut off from my
family, friends.
You know why? because they go out for
Masti.
party and stuff. I get invited.
Money.
If I go there, I don't have money to spend on myself, so I avoid it. So there are. It was a time where I have to sort of think twice in terms of practically. I had no salary for about 6 months while doing running the business. That was sort of the darkest. There was time when this is it. This is so now. I thank career launcher ever indebted NM for sort of sticking around.
Yeah. So Nikhil was your mentor.
Right,
then.
These idiots have made mistakes.
Catch them, put them on track.
So they were acting like a fool when it comes to certain way of running businesses. They did not focus on the key aspect is that you have to handle money well. Okay, you started doing the things that you did because you're acting like you're an employee, not as a business person.
Right.
So it was a hard lesson. So that was a darkest.
So Jijo does bounce around and bounce back also. That's for you guys, and that's Jijo. We'll do a little twist. What's the wildest excuse a student has ever given you for not doing their work, for messing up mocks, for missing any of the assignments you might have told them to do?
So I don't know the wildest excuse, but the strangest is college work. Okay. In the college is not doing any work. Okay. And we say, and the people say, sort of, I had sort of this college work. I had some family. So when people say this, okay. So this is, open your phone, show me your screen time, or show me your if it's I think Android has got digital well-being.
Yeah, show me that screen.
Invariably, people would have spent 4 hours, 6 hours, 8
6 hours. Yeah.
So anything that somebody says,
you just validate.
Anything. It can be any excuse. It's not the wildest. I think that any excuse for not doing something that you decided that you will do. I think every single excuse is wild. Sure.
But now, since you know how to catch students, so give them one hack to level up. Not in studies, but in life.
I'm saying duty bound.
I
think that you cannot. Okay, this is it, right? So you took this, graduation. Somebody forced or you took. Okay, now you hate it. But you're sitting in a class. You are here and now. Okay, somebody is teaching.
Listen.
No?
Yeah.
I think what happens is that you can say that I don't like something, but you cannot say that because I don't like it, I didn't do well in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think life is about doing well in things that you don't like.
Excellent.
And there are wherever you are. I mean, you are here. Might as well.
Yeah.
What is the point in sitting there and sulking? So the umpteen number of people who are working has sort of the same attitude. So I think you just whatever you're doing at that point in time, I believe that do it. Really
Make the most. Make hay while the sun shines.
Don't think whether you like, doesn't like. I think this is what you're supposed to do. Do it really well. That's what I would.
I usually go and say, if people throw lemons at you, make lemonade and enjoy. How does it matter? I think we've covered what you do in terms of gymming, cycling. I think that's a lot of good learning for the students. A lot of what you say, Jijo, perhaps resonates with me. So in my PDP session, I say, I'm going to mentor you, but here are my 3 must-dos. I said, every day, 1 hour fitness. So they look at me, ma'am, there's no time. I said, you wake up at 4. And I said, then you sleep at 8 because 7 hours of sleep is mandatory. So they're looking at me. They say, I came for PDP. I said, yeah, this is PDP. This is personality development. I'm developing it for life.
I'm saying nobody. I think what the kind of stuff that you do.
Yeah.
For trekking.
That one has to
nothing
do.
Nothing but I'm just cycling. She is climbing Mount Everest.
I'm climbing mountains.
Yes, you're climbing mountains. I'm in the road.
Yeah. So, Jijo, if you were not a mentor, what would you be doing today? You can say it. Say the censored version here. Please.
So I don't. No. I probably would be working. I'm somewhere.
Okay.
probably been doing well. What I thought maybe this is one stand-up comedian.
Who?
Would have been one alternate.
Oh, I would have been your fan.
So I would have. So when I started teaching, so this is not now. This is not the Jijo now. This is like Jijo in his 25 and stuff. You can ask Prasan. Okay. When I started teaching, my class is like I keep random jokes
Rambling,
and stuff,
joking.
ramblings and jokes. So at that point in time, I had thought that maybe this is a career that you should.
Yeah, maybe you could just do it anyway. 5 minutes of stand-up comedy with Jijo. Yeah, we'll do that session. Funniest classroom memory, since we are talking about stand-up comedy?
Fun. I'll tell you my first classroom memory.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So this is, I'm an assistant manager marketing. I'm not supposed to teach. So there is this exam called CET,
Yes.
which is for
Maharashtra CET.
Maharashtra CET. Maharashtra CET has got this section called visual reasoning.
Okay.
So they get these 4 sort of pictures, and then you have to
This is
figure-
not that VR. This is this VR. It's reasoning on
Re-
paper.
Reasoning. So you have got, let's say, one thing that goes there, the next, what is the next?
Yeah.
So it's a huge section. So apparently for some reason, some faculty did not come. And somebody said, Jijo, go teach. This is the sheet, prepare really well. So I prepared. Went to the class. So I did the first question, second question. So I'm in the third question, about 15-20 minutes in. So I teach this. This is like, this is the logic, this is the logic, this is the logic. Then one student stood up, sir, let me give you another logic. So using this logic, this is the answer. And it made sense. Sir, why not? I didn't know. So I am, in 20 minutes, I'm standing there, looking at his face, not knowing what I'm supposed to answer. That I didn't have a comeback. I didn't know. So about 5 minutes, I froze. I froze. And people were screaming and shouting. I just want to get out and say that never again, and don't send me to any more class.
Was there a back door you could have run out
so
of?
Then somehow sort of...
You pacified them.
Then eventually said, okay, to be honest, both can be the answer. We'll get back. I'll get back to you
Later.
Monday. Then I took it. So that is again something that I never forget.
That's the thing about being on stage right there. No, if this was online, you could have nicely said we will pick it up later. That's yeah. What's the harshest truth about success?
When you look at people who are successful, right? It's like sort of an iceberg. The amount of pain
that goes below the surface.
Below the surface. So it's so easy. It's like you said. No, it's so easy to look at Amitabh Bachchan and say that he's very natural. So easy to look at anyone, but the amount of sort of
hard work, discipline,
sacrifices. More the things that they had to give up to sort of get there. I think that's something that people don't see. And when people start doing those kind of work, and then there's sort of people even give up. So that's what I think. Success means a lot of sacrifice.
I think that's a very valuable message, and we have to keep saying this because a lot of people think usko aise hi mil gaya. They don't really see the kind of effort that person has put in. So Jijo, here's a time for you to clarify to this audience, your students also, you have a larger than life presence.
Right.
You're large, you have larger than life presence. So what's that one misconception which you've heard through gossip or whichever, or students have told you about you, which students have, and this is your forum to clear up?
So when I'm taking sessions, right, I'm very animated. Even now I'm very animated. Right? So I'm animated.
I'm trying to keep pace.
So I'm animated on stage. I'm like, hello guys, welcome to my session. I do all these things. Privately, I'm a very private person. Okay, so I'm kind of introvert. So if I cannot have random conversation with strangers, I cannot do that. I don't do it. So if you see me one-on-one, if I come to your college with my friends, I'd still act differently. But you see, very privately, one-on-one, I'm a very different guy.
This I'll vouch for. What he's saying is the truth.
Absolutely private. And you can say, is this the same guy that I see? It is not. This is not me. Or what do you see? I'm very...
I think this is where you're living your role. Because what you're saying right from the beginning, ये करना है तो करना है. इसके लिए जो भी करना है मैं करूँगा. Maybe it is
and then
that.
go back to be the
Then
person.
you go back to be the private person that you are. So what's that one childhood dream that never came true, but you still think about it? Because a lot of things come haunting. But is there a dream? Was there?
So I can't think about anything that comes to my mind which says that is there a first of all I'm always taken like
As it came.
River rafting was happening. So it takes a destination. So like I told you, I don't look at outcomes. I just focus on
ये करना है.
करते जाओ, eventually it's going to take you somewhere. So that way I don't think that there is sort of anything that at least I cannot, it's not in my mind that says, okay, there's something that I haven't fulfilled. But that does not mean that I fulfilled not many things.
No, absolutely.
Because I am just unknowable. I don't know what I'm going to do after 5
You go blind.
Okay.
You go in blind.
I go in blind. And that's.
So maybe there's one thing that strikes me. We always say without a goal, there's no, okay, I talk a lot about goal setting and all. But in my personal life, I've been more like Jijo.
Okay.
Including mountains happen, pottery happens, this happens. So a lot of times people tell me, और क्या करेगी? ऐसे जो आते जाएगा मैं करूँगी.
Right.
So maybe the lesson here, and since it's me, I can't say this has worked for me.
Okay.
But if it's worked for you also, I think when you don't have a big dream or a goal, but your goal is your role, which is you live, it works well. And this Cheshire Cat and you've read Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
So Alice in Wonderland is lost.
Right.
So she asks this Cheshire Cat, which way do I go? So the cat says, where do you want to go? She says, I don't know. So the cat says, then it doesn't matter which road to take. I think you and I have taken such roads. कि जो भी हो सो हो.
So if I set a goal, if I don't meet it, it's a disappointment. Okay. So.
Yeah, but you do set short-term goals.
I
so
do.
So where you are, if you're in the river.
So I have daily goals.
You have daily goals.
I have goals here and now. Yeah, you're right.
So guys have long-term or short-term, but don't have long-term goals without short-term goals. Yeah, great. Okay, Jijo. Now this is one more personal question.
Okay.
If students have to describe you, 3 words only, what 3 words would you choose? Now you're going to say what students would have said about you.
What 3 words I want them to say about me?
No. What do you think they would
say about me?
Yeah. And guys, when you're watching this later, please put as many 3 words, not 3-letter words, 3 words about Jijo.
Some would say, I'm committed. Okay, which means you ask word, so I'll say word. Okay,
Committed.
Committed. I am fun to listen to. And 3 would be, I don't know, maybe I'm good at whatever. Expert.
Expert.
Would be a word.
So committed, fun, expert.
Okay. There'll be some others would say, I'm cringe.
Cringe.
Yes,
okay.
I've heard this many times. There are people who would say, there is another side would say I'm cringe. It's less at all voice.
Oh, avaz. Noise, voice.
It's all noise, voice. That's what some would say. So there is probably one side would say this, other side would say it.
Oh, excellent. I think I'm the first set. Okay. So Jijo, world of education has evolved with technology.
Correct.
And lot, like you said, from offline to online itself was a revolution and an evolution, right? So with new learning methods. And I won't ask you, have you adopted? I know you have adopted. So how have you made the technology your friend, and what have you done in your own teaching methods or programs?
One of the biggest reason that I was able to kind of adopt to the technology is because of career launch.
Okay.
Before even we had huge amount of sort of technology stuff, career launcher had
already gone into the percentile predictor.
You had Suzy here, na?
Yeah.
So
Sujit was there. Yeah.
Sujit was here. So we had courses like when this was in 2009 back then when things were started, Smart Cat Cracker and stuff.
Right.
So I was asked to record a lesson and teach. What I sort of learned is as a teacher, how you engage with technology. Space is very different how to engage with students on a sort of online basis. What technology to use? The amount of preparation that you have to do for the technology work. I'll take a simple case, right? For example, how do you do lesson planning when it comes to offline is sort of different. How do you you even write?
Right.
On a screen. How do you present the things to the student on the screen? Another set of technology. Now we have got AI, right?
Right.
And not many people sort of feel, oh, but I feel it's a wonderful tool
Yeah.
if you know sort of how to use it really well. So I have, so when sort of ChatGPT started, I tried to learn how I can use this
Effectively.
very, very effectively. So I have always embraced technology in the sense to my benefit. I believe that it is, if let's say you're a teacher threatened by technology, it's over. Right?
Yeah.
So you have to, because that's the reality.
Right.
So you have to kind of embrace it and make it work for you. So
Yeah. I think your VARC has evolved a lot
has.
using technology.
It has.
And I'm looking for that Jijo 2.0, the minions coming up
Yes.
soon. We'll wait for that. So, what are your future plans as a mentor and educator? And share sneak preview of your upcoming initiatives. Other than, of course, 10,000 and then a million VARC.
The future plan, I don't know. This is probably what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do till death.
Death, okay.
Okay, so I will stop teaching when I die. Okay, so that is.
So, teacher till I die.
So plan. So what I'm going to do. This is plan number one. Plan number two of future is to launch or probably when you're reading it, watching this, I would have already launched the VRC 1000 2025 version. There are a few other sort of courses
that on the
onwill, and hopefully I'll be able to share it later. So what I actually want to do is that if I the plan of action is to also what I want to do is to help others create courses like these. Okay,
lovely.
That's what I sort of want to work on this.
So super mentor.
So sort of mentor anyone who wants to sort of get courses like this at work. So there is no near term. I know VRC 1000, 2 more courses I'm going to launch. Future.
Okay, wait. We'll wait for those.
Yeah.
So second last question, perhaps. What message would you like to give to the aspiring students? And I would say parents.
Parents' rule number one is don't force your unfulfilled dreams on your kids. Okay. And so that sort of is important. Second of all, is that if a child is going to take a test, the parents should take the test.
Experience
take
first
the test.
hand.
Mock. Okay.
Excellent.
Just take the mock test and experience what it makes for the
be in your child's shoes.
For a child to go through and give sort of opportunity. You have raised your kid, no? I'm sure that you trust the kid, right? You've raised the kid well, then why you worry? So you give the opportunity for the child. For the students, I'm saying it makes no sense to buy something and not use it. So if you have, I think it's very, very important in terms of what kind of people you're hanging with. Half the time, so imagine this, no? You call this person your friend, and that person is laughing at you when you say your dream is to go to IMA.
Yeah.
Well, how can that person be
your friend? Right.
The biggest advantage to getting, which is why you get involved in extracurricular activities, get involved in a lot many stuff. You hang on with people who are very, very
more enabling and positive strokes.
So you be around a set. If you're a classroom, you be around a set of students who are there. So you should cut out people who are not aligned with the goals that you have. And the other thing was just keep studying. Today, this is the 3 important task. This is what I got to do. It's not like I'm saying 3 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is. And keep doing, irrespective of what mock scores, where it's going up and down. You keep doing till the end. Where the journey takes you, it takes you in a good place. Whatever happens, wherever you are, you will be in a better place.
Correct. And you've done your bit.
Whether that place is good enough for the goal that you met, but at least you know that it will be better than what you are today. That's what I would do.
Excellent. And Jijo, I wouldn't want to miss out on your inputs to Career Launcher. What would you like to tell Career Launcher as a piece of advice from your side?
Advice for Career Launcher. I think Career Launcher should be the career launcher that is today always.
Lovely.
Because many cases, lot of organizations, but I know at the part of it, what is career launcher? Career launcher is a collection of the amazing set of entrepreneurs. I've met some of the most wonderful people in this place. If you go to every single center from this, there's so many amazing things that people do. Let's say if you're around, and of course people here, I've come to head office, so there's a lot of people sitting there. So every single place is so unique.
Right.
So what I want is that I think that happened in Career Launcher because Career Launcher did not have that fixed sort of
mindset,
fixed standardized mindset. A lot of people say the standard is great. I think localization. That's what it says. So you have so tremendous set of people within sort of Career Launcher. I think be the same CL.
Oh, that's
even
nice.
Tomorrow is what I would tell.
Great, Jijo. So I think it was super spending this time with you, and I do hope all of you enjoyed. I hope you learned too. But keep watching it. The advantage is this is like a movie now. You can watch it at your pace, rewind, fast forward. And thank you once again, Jijo. Loved it. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Thank you, Sujata. And if you are listening now, extra thanks because you spend this time to listen all this. Hopefully, you learned something new about me. But yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.